What's up, guys? Jason with Haggard Wilderness. I'm with Dustin, Backpack Blazer. You guys know him. Anyway, we're here on beautiful, what did you say this? We're on Boulder Mountain?
Boulder Mountain, baby.
Okay, so we're on Boulder Mountain. Fall colors, huge views in the background. Walking on a trail on our way to a few lakes that we're gonna go fish. Stay 2 nights. So good weather so far. Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. So stay tuned. So guys, I'm using the trademarked latest greatest technology in water bottle backpack strap retention. It's the wife's hair tie holding the Fiji on. So far I've been able to actually pop it open and get a drink like that. How about that? Who needs a Camelback? All right, guys, we got a beautiful hike so far. Big open meadows, followed by nice thick trees and shade. And yeah, I'd say my guess would be we're about maybe 2 out of the 2.5 miles. 1 3/4. Something like that. Anyway, me and Dustin having a good time, yucking it up. And yeah, we're excited to get to where we're going, but the hike has been really good to us so far, so easy going. All right, guys, we're coming up on a crest here we're hoping might be the lake. Wow, look at the view of the meadow. That is what we were looking for. Oh yeah.
Those wonders on my back.
All right, guys, we're digging this lake. It's looking pretty good, but we want to go check out the next lake up. It's a short hike, and we think that there's a possibility of it having a little bit less grass and marsh, maybe a little better fishing. So we'll take the packs with us. That way if we find a good spot, we're already there, and if not, we'll just come back down here and guaranteed we'll find a good spot down here too. Okay, so we're wandering, looking for the other lake, kind of going in circles, looking for camp spots in between.
Scrambling, bud.
We set our packs down at the camp here behind us. We were thinking that would be a pretty good camp. And then we explored deeper into the woods, looking for this smaller lake that's up here. Found an even better camp. And then we explored farther to the lake that we were looking for and found the camp that we definitely want to stay at after discussing pros and cons. So this lake we will visit again for sure during the trip. We're going to try to fish this lake definitely, but as you can see, the grassy portions all around the shore could make it difficult to get fishing done, as well as getting water, cleaning pots, whatever we got to do. And the lake that we're going to is strictly just boulders and just a really cool, really awesome area. Pretty magical. So yep, we're 7 more minutes of hiking and we'll be at camp. It's so hidden. And it's funny, it's like a big established looking camp spot, but you wouldn't guess that that's like tucked in the middle of this giant mountain on this weird trail. Very nice.
I'm ready for my steak.
I've been catching whiffs of my steak through the top of my pack, and it's like teasing me.
Yeah.
All right, there's camp. Dustin set up over there. Pretty sweet. Dude. Huh. Look how bouldery it is. That's crazy. I mean, these are massive. Wow.
Badass camp right there.
Dude. Much better fishing too. Look at that. As far as just places to cast from. Well, guys, we been fishing here for 15 minutes. Tons of activity, but the fish are literally swimming up to that first lure that I had in. So switching to a different fly, hoping that it'll work. We do have some gray clouds, and the temperature has dropped quite a bit, but it's still great here. Dustin's over there on the other side of this boulder fishing. He says he hasn't gotten anything, but same thing, lots of activity. So I'm just learning this fly fishing thing. I lost my first fly just by casting wrong, so I don't have high hopes to catch a fish, but I mean, I have high hopes, but expectations are low, hopes are high, so we'll keep at it. Okay guys, we are back at camp. Beautiful lake down there, real crazy bouldery shores, but no vegetation to get snagged in. Yeah, I'm definitely learning the fly fishing game, and but we saw fish activity. There's definitely fish in there. They just didn't want anything to do with what we were trying to throw at them. I even struggling to cast out, put my fly right next to several fish, and they didn't bite what I had. So Dustin, same program. He got out there, saw a lot of action, and no bites. So good sign there is fish. But now we're on the program of get firewood. We want to cook some steak, and campfire just sounds really good. So we may or may not throw some more flies out later on, but right now, steak. A lot of this will be really manageable to just put like 4 cuts in, break it in half. Okay, we got steaks tonight. Cooking coals right now. Also brought this little cheddar broccoli rice setup for some extra sustenance. Dustin's got some red potatoes. What does this say? 2 cups. Oh, I gotta do the math. I could do that math, I guess. I'm gonna borrow some of your water.
Yeah.
Stir that up really good and just kind of set it on the old flame, get it going.
A little moist.
Well, I gotta rinse that out.
Yeah, good news is you can just lid it and set it on one of the rocks there and it'll keep it warm.
I'm telling you, it's the seasoning anyway.
I can do mine doubled up right there. Oh, dude, look at your steak. That's a gnarly T-bone. Where'd you get that from?
That's the old Smith's Marketplace. $12.
Good price.
Not too bad.
Oh, perfect time to
Dude, look
flip.
at that, man. Might rotate.
I'll just set your seasoning in my my food bag in case we want to harvest a fish or something.
Yeah, if we get a fish, that'll be really good. Woo! Try not to kick up too much dust. And then we gotta get the rice over there.
Get the spuds. You know what? You can just split that rice in half and
Yep, I'll just get it.
wow.
Yep.
I just want to look at it. This reminds me of the time when you and I were up in Wyoming and we cut into those ribs and it was just like amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing.
Yeah, you could hear like the verbal feedback. It was like, oh. And that was by then we were like what, -10?
Cold.
It was cold. Our steaks will stay a lot warmer today. All right, guys, that was an amazing meal. We couldn't eat it all, so we're very full, satisfied. We're gonna go back down to the lake, try a little bit more fishing, and get some pots cleaned out, and get ready to come back and have a campfire for the night and get settled down. So all GoPro till we get back. Yes. Beautiful scenery. Wow. Dude, they are jumping. Oh, right there. That's where he was. It's not there anymore. Oh, dude, I'm right there. It is epic down at the lake. And I came up for the big camera because the GoPro isn't doing it justice. I'm grabbing Dustin's camera as well. But when I got into camp, there was some heavy rustling in the trees up behind camp. So I sat and listened a little bit, and I kind of made a little noise, and I think very possibly could be cows, but sounded like one thing by itself. But anyway, you gotta check out this scenery at the lake.
Got about 2 or 3 more casts, then I've got to make my way back over these damn rocks.
Such a beautiful night, guys. This lake all to ourselves. This crazy boulder lake. Dustin's right there, fishing on that rock. He climbed over this, which in the camera might not look very crazy, but this is a massive, massive boulder field. I mean, these rocks are bigger than my house. Whoa. Not a good sound. All right, guys. We had a good night. Good fishing, good dinner, very good camp, beautiful camp. We're very excited about this spot. We're going to bed. It's cooled down a lot, so hopefully the sleeping bags keep us warm, but we'll get with you in the morning. Good night. All right, guys. Good morning. It's 7:08.
It's 8?
It's 8.
Okay.
Yeah. So we've been up for about an hour. Dustin was up earlier than me. I heard him rustling around. Had our coffee. Gonna go hit some fishing, get some water, and then we're gonna come back, more coffee, breakfast, and start getting ready for some long day hikes down to the other lake. And yeah, let's go catch a fish.
Pretty.
Nice, man. It's crazy, the clouds and the weather move so fast. There's like this fog pushing in, and then it goes away. Patches of blue and clouds. The fall colors. It's freaking just amazing. Pretty wild. Okay, guys, no luck with the fishing. Dustin got one strike. But they're out there jumping, but they are just picky. So we're not sure what they want to eat. The weather's kind of a trip. There's like a fog rolling through. It's very cool. But awesome morning. Got some water to filter, so then I can eat breakfast. Okay guys, going for a little hike down to this other lake, explore around, try some fishing, and yeah, it's foggy and a little chilly, but still having a good time. Look how fast the clouds move up here. Oh, there's ducks. That is not time lapse. That is actually how fast the clouds are moving. It's not really anywhere good to fish from that we can see other than on the other side, but we're literally just walking around soaking up the sights. I mean, it's freaking pretty crazy scenery with the fog and the weather changing. The mountains kind of disappear in the fog and then reappear. There's a couple dozen ducks out there on the lake. Just basically wandering through the woods right now, enjoying the scenery.
Old abandoned boat. It's been a long time since you've been able to get up this way with the car, so I imagine I've been up here for a long time. It appears to be a new paddle, so we're going to look at it.
It's got new rope in it.
I see the new rope.
You know, there's fresh rope, there's fresh paddles.
Fresh trail to the boat.
The water inside, like he was saying, is probably rainwater.
Why don't we pull the paddles and flip it and dump it?
Yeah. Okay, guys, Dustin's over there. See how much the wind is moving you?
GoPro start.
Dustin's in the boat. There's fish.
Yeah, I know.
Right there, yeah. We've been seeing him jump, so he's gonna start fishing and be the tester for whether the boat will.
How did I get stuck testing?
He volunteered to test and make sure it's seaworthy. You know, he said, Jason, I don't really feel comfortable you going in there. I want your feet to be dry. I don't, you know, so I'll go in the boat. I'll take the fall if it sinks, and then he's got to walk out of the marsh. But anyway, I think we're looking pretty good to just, I mean, hell, even if we use the boat just to get out past the grass, you know, in these little holes.
We could come out right here and just drop the anchor.
Yeah, I think we'll be all right. So the wind is having its way with the boat, and we both agree that it's probably not a good idea to untie anchor and go out there, because the wind would definitely blow us the other way faster than we would be able to paddle back. It's a very heavy boat, and the paddles are pretty chintzy. So Dustin's just gonna catch a couple fish here for us to eat for lunch. And then we'll...
I'm gonna have you pull me in so you can come out here in the boat.
We'll probably continue to hike on this trail and see if we can, you know, do some more exploring too. So also some sun. Yeah. Found a little shortcut trail that comes back down to this lake that we're camped on. All right, no fish
Again.
again at the other lake, the lake we're camped at, on the other end of the lake that we're camped at. Now we're going back to the other lake that we're not camped at, and we're gonna walk back around it and shoot some guns and then go back to camp. Those boulders over there, that's where we walked to and then kind of stopped and turned around and then came on this side. Got it. Woo. Okay, going live.
Tilted it just right. Just right. You're like half an inch right.
Okay guys, we had a good time shooting. Killed the hell out of this flippy floppy that we found. And we're gonna pack this out because we're decent people and we don't leave trash in the woods. Also, I wanted to mention in our videos, if you notice, there's a tin can in our campfire. That is not our garbage, and we will pack that out as well. So leave it better than you found it, y'all.
Yeah.
We're back at camp, and we're gonna have some coffee, and we're gonna have some split one of these Wise Meal teriyaki chicken and rice. So that'll fill us up. We worked up quite the appetite doing all that hiking. Really fun hike. Cool adventure. Burned probably, what, 3 hours or so?
I don't even know what time it is.
12:43, so.
Yeah, we're out 3 hours. 3 hours.
So, real fun.
Got to really see the area.
Yeah, and we found, you know, the trail up there to the other side of that lake. And yeah, so we're going to basically hang out at camp, probably fish 1 or 2 more times down at the lake, and yeah, you know, go from there. So just a little ways through the woods from camp here, there's this small shelter, and it's quite primitive, but it's interesting. Doesn't look like they used a saw on any, or really any of the pieces, but there's some thatching in there, and yeah, it's, you know, thrown together, but it actually has somewhat of a good protection in there, really. And if you fix that up a little bit, you'd have to fetal position in there to stay dry, but it's kind of interesting. These woods are just so cool. Then over here by my tent, back in here, there's this little boulder fall, kind of where the lake kind of starts. Look at this boulder leaning on that smaller rock there. So that's a pretty massive boulder, about the size of a pickup truck. And it's leaning up against that smaller boulder that's about the size of, you know, let's see, what's that's the size of. Well, you get the idea. Makes you wonder why they call it Boulder Mountain.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We're gonna lay down in our tents for a little bit here, just to catch some rest after a long day and a long day yesterday. And yeah, about 40 minutes, and then we'll get up and we'll start to fish, and then we'll get some dinner going and fire, all the good stuff. So see you in a little bit. Alright guys, hung out in the tents a little bit, rested up, and now we need to catch a fish, or several. It's 4 o'clock. The sun has been out pretty much consistently, but the wind is blowing consistently and it's a little chilly, hence the beanie and the down jacket. But oh, this will be beautiful fishing. Hopefully successful fishing. No luck with the fishing. The wind is really just putting a big bummer on our fishing program. So, Dustin's back there investigating some crack-a-lacking noises that we're hearing in the woods. It's probably a cow walking through. Seems pretty... Is it a cow? What the hell is he doing up here?
Trying to come up.
Oh no. Oh, there's tree sap on everything. Anyway, if the wind dies down, we're gonna fish some more. But it's been blowing all day like this out there. In here, it's nice. Like our camp is nice and socked in. So we're probably going to get a fire going, cook some food, and then play it by ear on the fishing. If not, we'll have a good time just hanging out.
No fire starter necessary when you got that stuff.
The burnt needles, or burnt needles, dry needles. Okay guys, I got this beef minestrone dehydrated meal. This is like a package that you can buy at Walmart for, it's like $3 and it comes with 8 servings. I'm pretty sure this is just 2 of them. So you can split the pack in half and then split those halves in half. And I'm gonna try it out. I think this might be a really good, cheap way to do dehydrated food. But I've never cooked it before this way, and the instructions on the package tell you to simmer it for 20 minutes on the stove. And I'm gonna try to cold soak it first for a little while to try to cut down some of that cooking time and just basically get an idea of whether that ends up turning out really good, because if I end up liking this, it's a really cheap way to have dehydrated food, and this same company has several different recipes that all, from what I hear, are actually really good. So you can spend less than $1 basically on a dehydrated meal that could really be beneficial. So I'm gonna try it out, see what I think. Fill the water up to where it's all submerged, maybe a little extra, and then I'll let it sit for a while and reconstitute. Okay, so I've been cold soaking this a little while. Not a bunch of the water has absorbed really, like I was kind of hoping it would, but I'm gonna add a little more water to this, just a splash, and start putting it on the heat and get it simmering.
Boiling.
Yep. Let's try to make sure I'm not burning it to the bottom there.
I suppose my dinner's probably ready.
Alright, it's thickened up quite a bit and it's starting to kind of burn a little bit to the pot, so I'm just going to add some more water in there. And I'm also going to add some rice in there as well, which will absorb extra water. Some rice here, just kind of eyeballing this. Ugh. I'm sure there's a better way to do that, but I don't know if I want to add all of it, or I got some steak seasoning here that I'm going to add in there as well, just to help with the rice, taking away some of the built-in flavor. I might move this back a little bit too, because it's on some pretty high heat. Okay guys, I got the pot boiling pretty good here. It's looking really good. I took a little taste test, and there's a lot of flavor in there. I was just giving it a few more minutes just to make sure everything's done. Well, here it is, guys. The finished product. Oh, steam. But I've tasted it. It's all done, and it's very, very delicious. So excited to eat this down. $1 minestrone and rice.
You didn't finish that?
There was like not very many bites left, but it was.
That's a shame we didn't finish the steak and potatoes in there either. It was like 90% gone.
Yeah, it really was. Alright guys, in the tent, ready for bed. Really good day today. No fish still, but that's alright. We're gonna get up early tomorrow and just pack up and get out of here. We got a long drive to get home. So, yeah. Really good day. Thanks for joining us.
Morning, guys. 7:45, and yeah, didn't sleep super great. Rained a little bit in the night. Intermittent. Yeah, you know what I mean. Just sprinkles, but really windy out, and yeah, gonna start getting moving around. We plan on basically packing up and getting going. We have a 3-mile hike and then 3-hour drive to my truck, and then hour and a half drive from my truck to the house. So it's gonna be a long day.